Welcome to Conflict Havoc number 2. This is part 3 about racist and racism. Alright? So, the first two parts are up. I can't guarantee you at this moment if they are actually being watched or been watched because of my problems with my YouTube channel and uploading and all this technology that I so severely suck at. I know that I talked a lot about it yesterday. And there's a lot of things that we as people can change. You know, you don't have to be a racist even if you were raised by a racist. It's not something that, most people wake up and don't know that they are raised by a racist. Excuse me as I blow my nose. I gotta do a BC for you eagle-eyed people out there that might see mucous membranes hanging from my nostrils. You can't have that on TV. Anyway, no. You have to understand that a lot of people who are raised by racists don't know that they're racist until it's right in their face. And these are the people. Before I go any further, let me apologize now because I'm about to go into some very racist language, and it's going to be very offensive, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, so I'm apologizing now for the foul filth that's about to come out my mouth. And to me, racist words are far worse than swears or any kind of cuss words that you can throw out there, because it's not every day, it's not everyone, but some people don't know that they're racist until it actually slaps them in the face. Some people are racist by default and not racist by design. It's just, I didn't know that was racist shit. All my parents' friends are of this color, and they say the same shit. In other words, if everybody in your detailed life is walking around hollering, nigger, 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 and they're blacks and whites, and they're in a multicultural family, they don't know that that might be the norm, but it's also racist as fuck. And so they'll say it, and I come from a family that before we moved out of the projects, that was a word we never really used in our house. You heard it on TV if you ever watched the movie Cooley High, or if you've seen other movies like Roots and shit like that, then that's about the only time the word nigger was ever in our house until we moved out of the projects. And then all of a sudden, rap music and gangster rap and this, that, and what have you, the word nigger was flung around like wet noodles. It's like, yo nigga this and yo nigga that. Nigga, 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 nigga. And that really depends also on the music that you listen to. I never heard the word nigga in a Beastie Boys song. Alright? You gotta fight for your right to party. But you don't have to fight for your right to have hate speech. Because apparently, hate speech is still free speech, and that's just the way it is. Now, I've never been around a bunch of white people going around calling each other honkies and crackers. But black people are going around hollering, hey nigga, what's up nigga, how you doing nigga? And I'm like, I got a fucking name, and it doesn't have an N in it unless you spell junior all the way out. Alright? But, it's a cultural thing. And a lot of people don't realize that that's doing more harm than good to the youth of America, especially the youth that are colored people. And I don't really hear Asians going around, and forgive me for this because it's going to get racial. I just want to put that out there. I don't hear racials going around hollering, I don't hear Asians going around hollering, what's up chink? What's up chap? What's up goop? What's up slope? What's up wetback? Which is double translated because I don't hear Hispanics going around hollering, what's up Mexo? What's up Mexi? What's up enchilada? What's up Spice Daddy? Same thing with Asians. I don't hear what's up Rice Daddy. I don't hear what's up Rice Mama. I don't hear what's up Miss Tofu Young and other racial derivatives. I don't hear Japs going around hollering, what's up Jap? I don't hear Koreans going around hollering, what's up Kook? I don't hear any of that from them. Black people seem to be the only people doing it. I don't hear Native Americans going around hollering, "What's up, chief?" Unless they're actually talking to the chief. You know, you don't hear that shit. But you go into a black household, average black household, and not like the upper class, middle class black households, but the average low working class black households where their manners are just atrocious and all you hear is, "What's up, nigga? How's it going, nigga? Hey, nigga, how, nigga, what, nigga, how, nigga, do?" And that is teaching the younger generation that nigger is okay if black people say it, but the first time that they hear a white person say it, they are quick to punch that white person in the mouth. So if you don't want white people saying it, you probably shouldn't say it. And I say that lovingly because I do my damnedest to not use that word outside of this video. You will probably never hear me use the word nigger unless sadly it's in an acting script that someone wrote that wasn't me. Now if I'm using the word half-breed or nigger chink or half nigger, half Indian, sand nigger or some shit like that, it would have to be in the script. Otherwise, those are words that I just don't want to come out my mouth. And in the event that I actually get signed and I'm making a movie and it's a racist movie, I would prefer the racism directed at me because I've had it directed at me for so long in my 40 some odd years of life that, I'd rather have it directed at me than have it come out my mouth directed at someone else. And before we even begin to do dialogue on a script, we're going to have this meeting about how un-racist that I am for all the racist shit that I have to say. For those who do not know me, I am part Cherokee Indian, I'm part black, and I'm part white. I do not have the right to be a racist, and I do my damnedest to not be racist. But I'm making this video about racism and racist people, and this is the third part of this anthology, if you will. And I started off noting that, since the coronavirus dropped, the increase of racial attacks on Asians has skyrocketed. Alright? The increase of gun sales to Asians have skyrocketed. And stereotypically, and this is really just stereotypically, a lot of people were naturally afraid of Asians because of martial arts. Unless you were a martial artist, and unless you didn't know Asian people, a lot of people were stereotypically afraid of Asians due to watching Bruce Lee movies or the Seven Deadly Villains or anything, Revenge of a Ninja, Pray for Death, all these martial art movies that made the Asian man look totally devastating in fights. And then there was Bolo. For those who have no idea who Bolo is, Google Bloodsport. Bolo played Chun Li. Big, buffed-ass Asian dude, man. He's not so buff now, but he's still cut for an old guy who's like almost 80 years old. He still was one of the biggest Asian dudes ever. Back in the 70s, he was basically considered the Chinese Hercules. He was like a really huge, huge dude. For his size, I think he's like maybe 5'11", maybe. I'm pushing that. I don't really know his size accuracy. Hold on. I love you, Bolo. So let's, he's only played like a good guy twice, I think. How tall is Bolo? Let's see if it even gives me the right Bolo. Oh, he's shorter than I thought. And it gave me the right Bolo. He's only 5'6". Wow. And Van Damme's supposed to be 5'7", but this thing has him as 5'10". Which I don't actually think is correct because he was shorter than Bolo in Double Impact. So yeah, this might not even be accurate. But, damn it. For Christ's sake, just give me a picture. Not a video. Well, this is the guy. This is Bolo. And I think he has a son, and I think his son is just as beastie. Now, and I say that lovingly. I don't want Bolo or his son knocking on my door and coming to try to kick my ass. So, get that out the way. But, for the most part, because of martial artists like him, and then Don the Dragon Wilson, who's also mixed, let's see, who's another good one? Donnie Yen, Vincent, I can't remember his name, but he played in Winning Cloud. These are all good martial artists. Tony Jaa, damn it, what the hell is his name? I can't think of his name. Anyway, it doesn't matter. A lot of the Asian actors have made their stomp. Also, Jet Li, Jackie Chan, Sammo Hung. You know, I was going to mention them, which has nothing to do with this video, but for the sake of stereotypes, a lot of young black men who forgot about Jim Kelly, Billy Blanks, Chuck Jeffries, Michael Jai White, who forgot that martial arts is now universal. It's not just an Asian thing. But for the most part, back in my day, very few black martial artists were even noticed. But all of the Asian martial artists were put people on notice, and a lot of men, especially black and white men, were pretty much scared to mess with little Asian dudes because, like, this motherfucker might be like Bruce Lee or some shit. He might be a bad motherfucker. We gonna leave this motherfucker alone. Which is why generally, if an Asian was attacked, they were generally attacked by another Asian. Henceforth triads, henceforth Yakuza. But other than that, you know, most people were stereotypically scared of Asian men because of the martial art lore that goes with just being Asian. It's the same stereotype as most people are scared of black men because they were so tall and lanky and built, and they're like, yeah. And then the stereotype about Mexicans, most people were scared of Mexicans because Mexicans were known to cut people. Alright? Newsflash for you. Filipinos were known to cut people too. I didn't know that, but I learned it. But anyway, the whole point of the matter is that the increase of racism towards Asians since COVID-19 has caused a lot of attacks. Most recently, I just read in Top Buzz that 3 young people may be dead. They attacked a man on a bus and he shot them. The driver and none of the other bus passengers were hurt, but the 3 assailants were all shot, and the guy who shot them is cooperating with the police. In my retaliation of writing, only thing I could write was, God, please don't let the attackers be black, and please don't let the guy defending himself be an Asian, because that's not helping anyone. Now, if it's a black on black crime, that's no better, but at the same time, it will take the pressure off of blacks attacking Asians and whites attacking Asians. Alright? I'm going to go ahead and put this shit out here, because as a person of color, I know the struggle of being racially profiled. I know the struggle of having people say racial shit to you. And most, for the sake of argument, most young people of color, and by people of color I specifically mean black people, know how it is to be ostracized and followed through stores even though you have money because your ass is brown. Now, for Asians, they've had maybe 1 season of serious racism, and that was SARS, and now they have another season of very serious racism because of the covert virus. COVID-19. The thing with that is that now people are taking notice. No, when SARS happened, people took notice, but they weren't attacking Asians. And now that coronavirus, aka COVID-19, has risen to the highest point of festivity, everyone has been taking notice of how many people have been launching attacks on Asians. And then the part that our great red-headed troll in charge is continuing to call it the Chinese disease, he has put everyone who is Asian in danger by continuing to call it the Chinese disease. And not everyone who is Asian is of Chinese descent, which is the part that puts other Asians in danger. I do have some Chinese friends. 2 for sure were in a movie with me. I have some Vietnamese friends. 2 for sure were in a movie with me. I have some Filipino friends. I went through college with some Filipino friends. 1 for sure was in a movie with me. 1 Chinese guy actually played my brother in my very first movie of Fallen Dragons. So, the thing with all of that is that, you have to understand racism, and you have the ability to not be a racist. You have that ability. Whether you choose to follow that ability to not be a racist or to be a racist, it's kind of up to you. And 9 times out of 10, no one really wants to be identified as a racist, but then you don't really know what people do behind closed doors. Alright? You really don't know what anyone thinks about you or says to you when you're not around. You don't know how anybody thinks when you're not around. You can have all the friends in the world. They can all be the greatest friends in the world. And they could all be Asian. And the second you leave their premises, man, I hate that half-breed motherfucker. I wish he wouldn't exist. I'm one of these people because I'm that half-breed motherfucker. I would prefer you tell me the truth to my face so I can have more respect for you and I can honor your wishes because I'm a strong believer in not being where I'm not wanted versus not knowing. Alright? There's a whole different ball game when you are oblivious to the fact that no one wants you around. When no one wants you around and you don't know it, and they're giving you subtle hints, but you're not catching them, it's really not something that's you versus them. It's more like, alright, we tolerate you because we're polite and we have manners, versus just tell the man the truth, you know. I would much rather be told the truth. Hey, look, Jay, we really don't like you. We really don't want you hanging around. See, that there in itself just gave me the option of not wasting your time or mine and not being in your face knowing that you don't want me there has saved both of us a lot of problems. Am I going to be mad? No. Is my feelings going to be a little hurt? Yes. I may even fucking be devastated because I might really like you. But at least I will know where I stand, so it can be one of those passing ships in the night relationships. We'll be like, yo, what's up? And I mean, I can still speak to you and not be hanging on your every move because you don't want me there. I recently went through this. Now, that's not really relevant, but it's kind of relevant to this whole video, so I'm going to give you the long and short version. About almost a year ago now, so I was hanging up the street, and you know when someone doesn't want you around, or they want to talk about something, but they don't want you to know what it is because either they're afraid you're going to tell somebody, or it's probably got something to do with you on the side, or it's something that really they don't want to have the discussion with you there, but they don't want to tell you to get out their face. Alright? I like real shit. I don't like to be bullshitted, and if I'm a problem, I like to know it so that I can fix the problem. Because I don't like being a problem for anybody. Period. I don't like treading lightly, but I like knowing that when I do tread, I'm treading on solid ground and not shaky ground or a sand pit or a quicksand hole. So they were talking, and when I came around, the conversation shifted from a loud conversation to a whisper. But all they really had to do was say, hey, look, Jay, we need to talk in private. Can you go away? That's not going to hurt my feelings because that's something that they needed to talk about that they didn't want me to hear, learn, or have anything to do with. And that's not really that bad. But when someone does this shit more than one time, that's a sign for you to wake the fuck up. Alright? And it happened to me about 3 times. On that 3rd time, I reached fuck it. You know, so I stopped hanging at the place that I was hanging, waiting for the bus for my nieces and nephews to get off, and I went back to doing what I normally do, which was hang at the sidewalk. Now, see, I go up there and hang with one dude, but the other people live there as well as that dude, so, you know, I don't want to be in their way. I don't like being a nuisance. All they only had to say was, look, we really don't want you hanging up here. That would not have hurt my feelings. In fact, I would have had more respect. And yes, it was a black family that lives up the street, you know. And I don't know if it's because I'm mixed or they just don't like me because no one's ever truly honest with people, which is like the problem with the world now. You can be honest and respectful at the same time. Alright, just so that you can get that over with. You can be honest and respectful. And I'll make a video about that later. But the point of the matter is, they were talking about things that didn't concern me. They could have asked me to go away. But they started making me feel like they just didn't want me around. And after like the 3rd time, I would only go up there and talk to the one dude, but then they'd come up there and start talking, and we're like carrying on a wholly different conversation, and then they'd be looking at me funny. And they'd be saying stuff. And it's one thing that I pride myself in. I pride myself in being a man of honor. If you don't like me, that is not a crime. But is a crime is you not telling me that you don't like me and got me sitting around looking like a goddamn fool. Which is not cool at all. I would much prefer you tell me to my face, hey, look, Jay, we don't like you. Because Jay don't have to be there where he's not liked, not wanted, and not accepted. I can live with that. I can be better off knowing the truth and know, hey, okay, this guy don't like me. Cool. I'm just going to stay the hell away from him. No, unless it gets to a point where we got to go fisticuffs, I can accept the fact that you don't like me. Now, what does that have to do with racism? As I said, the people that I'm speaking of is black. So this is reverse racism. At its best, I've had more reverse racism in my entire life than I've ever had racism from whites or Asians. But when it comes down to black people, I've had racism up the wazoo. I've been mostly half-breeds. You're not good enough for black girls, blah, 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 blah. And if someone tells you something long enough, you start to believe it. So that part about you're not good enough for black girls, I was told that from kindergarten to the 5th grade. And by the time I hit the 5th and 6th grade and was old enough to start worrying about real girls, I stopped messing with black girls. Then by the time I got like 12 and 14, one black girl, like all the other black girls I dated, was cheating on me. Now, I don't hold every black girl in the world responsible for that. But what stopped me from dating black girls was almost getting killed by a 23-year-old when I was 14. Haven't dated another black girl since. And then the fact that some people, when you're dating, just because you're the same color, don't mean you have the same interest. And they don't like what you like, and it's a fucking problem. Opposites don't always attract, alright? Or work out. But when it comes down to racism, when it comes down to honest to God, pure racism, racism is like this butthole right here. Yeah. My cute panda. Racism is like that butthole. Everybody has an opinion on racism. But if you've never been the victim of racism, then you don't know the depths of how deep that shit hurts you on the inside. And the thing is, as I end this video, it's the one thing on earth you, me, and everyone else can't change. Stay tuned for the second video. Well, technically it'd be the 4th video.